Okay, so I think that this topic, I really hesitated to even do this video because I feel like it's so controversial, um, especially as women. It can feel really controversial about what our homes look like and what kind of reflection that is on us as mothers and wives. Um, but I wanted to do this video in context of preparedness and what that can look like, because I think there's a lot of times that we feel like our lives are completely falling apart and we don't understand how we're supposed to prepare for the future when we can't even handle the present. So I wanted to show what my home looks like. Um, you might notice that part of the kitchen is actually cleaned, and it was because I was so embarrassed about how bad it was that I chose to clean it before I did this. Um, yeah. And obviously, I'm nervous about this. I feel like I usually, when I'm in front of the camera, kind of bubbly and excited and happy, still a little nervous, but just happy to show. And I've never shown my home before, especially in a state of disarray. So I want to show this, and I want to show what I'm doing to still be preparedness minded, even in the midst of some incredible chaos in my life at the moment. For context, I am doing a lot on my own at the moment. I'm working full time, or as close to it as I can get. Juggling kids, juggling life. Holidays are coming up, and this is reality. This is our normal right now. It doesn't mean it's healthy. It doesn't mean it's perfect. It doesn't mean it's where it should be, but it's our normal. And sometimes when your normal looks like what my house is going to look like, you have to learn how to fit preparing for the future, fit preparing for life in that. Okay, so we have a bathroom. There's stuff on the floor. There's, I think you can see the bath toys, actually. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but they're definitely in there. This is my office and playroom. And obviously it's also a disaster. Still have my mop out and stuff. So see, I tried. I was trying. This is the kitchen. We have a secondary washer in here right now. The Berkey is actually broken and we can't replace it at the moment. The counters are pretty clean. Not too bad. I do draw on my refrigerator. I usually put my meal plan up there, but there is no meal plan right now. I haven't gotten it done. The couches are pretty bad. My lovely children took it all apart. The tables are a mess. We've got boxes still. Car seat. I had to replace a car seat, and then we were gifted a car seat, and then it didn't work, and we had to get another one. So the broken car seat's over there. The gifted one is here, and the one that is actually working is in the car. And then this is several loads of laundry. It took me all day to wash it, and then we went to the laundromat and dried it. Everything that's packing, basically this entire area of the house is just a disaster. And that's what we're working with. And it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to do the household duties. It's hard to manage the kids sometimes. It's hard to work a lot. Sometimes it's just hard. Sometimes there's seasons of life where it's just hard. And that doesn't make you a bad person, and it doesn't make you incapable. It means you're going through a hard season of life. And right now, this season of life for us is incredibly difficult. It is very hard, is really long hours, really late nights, early mornings. Lots of sadness, lots of hardship is the season of life that we're currently in. And what I'm choosing to do is just try to be as prepared as I can. And for the moment, that doesn't look like food storage. That doesn't look like bug out bags. That doesn't look like any of those things. In fact, we are currently utilizing our food storage to feed our family. But I want to show you what it does look like, okay? Because I believe any person in any situation can be preparedness minded. So I'm going to show you the things in my house right now that I have, that I am doing to try to be as prepared for the situations in my life as I'm able to be right now, which is not very, but I'm doing what I can, okay? So first one, I'm going to kind of step back here. Notice, and I know the car seat is a little bit in the way, but notice how this path right here to the front door is actually as clean as it can be at the moment. I need to do a few more things before I go to sleep to make it very clean. But before I go to sleep, it is going to be incredibly clear. Why? Because there's only one door in my home. And so the only other way to get out would be through a window. That's not going to be the first option. Don't want to bust through a window if I don't have to. My first option is going to be to go out this front door. So I'm going to make sure that the path from there to here is clear. And then I'm also going to take my everyday carry bag that's located around this generalized area, and I'm going to put it right next to the door. That way, if there was an emergency, I would have the ability to grab what I needed and go out the front door. In the bedrooms, which I won't show my bedroom on camera, but the windows are located in an area that is already cleaned. So that if an emergency, God forbid a fire or something happened, that would be something I would do. Something else that I'm choosing to do is I'm making sure all of my smoke detectors work in case something like that happens, so that I don't have to stay up and worry at night. Let's see, another area of my home. So these are actually a way that we are using what was already prepared. I got all of these for free. I know you can't really tell from the video, but they are all like disposable cups and napkins and plates and bowls. We're using that. This is also a season of life when I'm not just showing you what we are still trying to prepare for our future or for right now or an emergency, but how we're able to utilize what we've prepared in our life now so that we can get through this hard season. Because quite frankly, that is why we do this. We understand that there is a reality that something very dramatic like a nuclear bomb or war on our soil or a massive natural disaster could happen, but the most likely possibility, the most likely scenario where we're going to utilize our preps is personal crisis, is because we have a job loss or a huge shift in a business or a huge shift in the economy where we can no longer afford what we need to. In this season of life, our home, our tiny home is not, we aren't able to live there, and we're trying to juggle multiple things. So being able to have our preps right now is life-saving. And when I say life-saving, I don't mean like we would die without disposable cups and plates. I mean, I guess I should rephrase. It's sanity saving. Knowing that I do not have to wash cups and plates and bowls every single day when I'm already behind on just the dishes I have is preserving my sanity. That is so important. So important. Let's see. Where else am I utilizing some preps? This, actually, we purchased this little washing machine. And we have a bigger washing machine, but still small, still apartment sized in here. And when we purchased that, I was like, I really just think it's good to have a backup. Like, I never, ever want to have to go completely without a washing machine. We got to this apartment, and they have washer-dryer hookups, but only for stackable washer and dryer. That's the only thing that fits in here in the closet in there is a stackable washer and dryer. We couldn't afford it. It was too much. And so I was able to pull out my apartment-sized washer. I was able to pull this out, and actually just 2 days ago, because I had access to both, I was able to finish all of our laundry in one day, which I would not have been able to do if I didn't have both of them going at the same time. So another moment when technically I didn't need it at the moment, but I knew that there was a possibility that I was going to need it in the future. I utilized that financial freedom that I had at the moment, and I said, okay, I'm going to use this. I think it was like $20 at a thrift store. I purchased it as an emergency backup, and guess what? The emergency came. Except this time the emergency wasn't, there was no electricity and I couldn't wash laundry any other way. The emergency was I have to prepare to leave to go to another state for a little while. And during that time, I don't have enough extra money to just run all the clothes to the laundromat. So it saved me being able to not have 2 to 3 days of having to do all the laundry in just that one. This is our freezer at the moment. It's not full. We've been incredibly blessed to have some support and help from people to help us keep this stuff up. But part of the reason it's not full is because I was able to cook meals for my husband ahead of time so that as he's doing his daily things and things that he needs to do, he has meals prepared for him. That's life-saving, I keep saying life-saving, sanity-saving, and it's money-saving because now when he's going to and from and everything else, I don't have to worry about cooking his meals often, and he doesn't have to eat out. So that is huge. Not shown here, still my messy house, but not shown here is cloth diapers. We kept cloth diapers, and thankfully we're able to afford a box of diapers underneath Christmas cards here. But for a long time we couldn't, for months. And being able to have the cloth diapers plus the washing machine, I was able to have diapers for our son. So these are some things that, ways that we're using our preps now, and it's not the end of the world, right? Although sometimes it feels like it to us. Sometimes it feels like the world's collapsing in on us. It's not the end of the world for everybody, but we're utilizing this. And then still within the midst, we're still practicing our general preparedness. We're still practicing emergency preparedness, making sure that the kids know what to do, making sure that we know what to do, making sure that we're communicating with each other. We're still practicing those things now, even though we are not in a position where we can add to our stores necessarily. And we're still trying to collect skills, knowledge, information. We're still doing that even in the midst of all of this chaos. So I hope that what you get from this is not that I'm currently a subpar mom and homemaker, which I am. It's okay. There are seasons of life when you're not great at everything. In this season of life, I'm not great at anything. I'm sufficient. And some days I'm not fully sufficient. I'm surviving. Today, I'm surviving. Hopefully, I get back to sufficient status soon because survival mode sucks. But my goal is to be sufficient soon, and then I hope that soon after that I can be thriving again. And I can feel confident as a mom, as a wife, as an employee, as a prepper. I hope we get back to that season of life soon because quite frankly, this season sucks. But if we can't, we have what we need. And we're going to continue to have what we need because in the good times, in the plentiful times, we're choosing to be wise and we're choosing to prepare wisely. So I hope what you get from this is not my inadequacies, but hopefully some motivation that no matter where you are in life or where you are in the country or where you are financially, that you can definitely do something, that there is hope and encouragement, that you can work towards your goals. You can inch a little bit closer to where you want to be, either in preparedness or in other areas of your life. Definitely leave a comment if you have any tips or tricks on how to keep a house clean. I'm not good at it necessarily, even on good times. That's not something that I thrive at. I'm a little bit more of a worker bee than a homemaker. But I'm working on it. So if you have any tips or tricks, go ahead and share them below. All right. I hope you guys have a great Christmas.